Welcome to this session on how to create an edutaining video for your flipped classroom. I'm Andy Dietrich. I'm a science teacher at Carroll High School. I've been flipping my classroom for the last year to some great success, and I think my videos are pretty good, so I'm going to show you how to do what I do. Alright, first thing I want to let you know is you need to keep your videos short. Now, sometimes that's not possible. Like some of my videos will go 15 minutes, but I try to avoid that at any chance I can. As a general rule, go 1.5 minutes per grade level. So for my students, most of them are 9th graders, that's right around 13 minutes. But the sweet spot is in that 5 to 7 minute range. And in fact, on my own YouTube channel, most viewers only watch for about 4 to 4.5 minutes. But you know, for your students, try to keep it in that 5 to 6, 7, 8 minute range. That'll be perfect for them. All right, now, number one thing you want to do is don't be boring. The worst thing that you can do is read word for word off your presentation. We've all had students give a PowerPoint presentation in our classroom, and they read word for word for word. We know how to read. We can see that, okay? So don't read word for word off your presentation. Also, try to keep the number of words on your PowerPoint presentation short. This slide here that you see, it kind of has a little bit too many, all right? I try to keep them a little bit short of that. But once again, sometimes that's not possible, but try to avoid that at every chance you get. And remember, you are the performer in the video. So use voice inflection, try to be funny, look right at the camera, don't be boring. Because a boring lecture in a classroom is now just a boring lecture on video. Alright, now make sure that you use a webcam of some sort. Students really like to see their teacher on the screen, and you want to get in the habit of looking directly into the camera. Alright, I've learned how to do this pretty well. As you can see, I've been looking into the camera most of the time. You want the viewer to feel that you are talking directly to them. Now, I try to use humor, but don't go out of your way to use humor, because if you're trying too hard, it doesn't come out to be funny. But don't be afraid to be animated, use your voice inflection, and you know, don't be afraid to make fun of yourself. Human beings are naturally funny. Alright, now, the two best pieces of software for making edutaining videos would be ScreenFlow, which is the one that I use most of the time, and Camtasia. Now, ScreenFlow is just for Mac only. Camtasia has a Windows version, which is extremely robust, and it also has a Mac version, which is also very, very good. So in my opinion, you can't go wrong with any of those pieces of software. Now, these are very, very powerful editing, video editing software pieces. You'll be amazed at what you can do by using both of these. In fact, if you, like, this is now summertime, if you will take some vacation videos, you can easily edit them within this pieces of software and make some really great vacation videos. All right, now, what do I do to make my my videos really neat? Well, number one, I use a universal title screen. So every time one of my videos comes up, there's the same screen. I'll have some kind of pop song that goes with it, and that way the viewer knows exactly what's happening, or in other words, what's this video about. I'll pop in a pop song all the time. One of the things that I often do is, in biology, we have energy that flows in one direction. So every time I say the word One Direction, the One Direction song pops up. 15-year-old girls, they love that part. Okay. Use the text boxes to pop up with extra information. When you use a pop-up, make sure you add a sound effect so it draws attention to what happens on the screen, because the kids may have their head down as they're writing. You want them to look up when that pop-up comes up. You can use callouts and annotations. Callouts could be like a little circle or a square that's on the screen to draw your attention to that. It could be an arrow that points at something. You can blur the outside part of the picture, so the only thing that you want to look at is crystal clear. There's all kinds of cool things these softwares can do. Make sure you use those. Pan and zoom. Pan, you'll slide the viewer across the screen. You can you'll make part of the screen come in and look bigger, but don't overdo that, because you can make the viewer dizzy. Don't be afraid to capture YouTube videos and splice them in there. I do that sometimes, and I think that's one of the best things that you can do. And don't be afraid to use extras. Go ahead and make a video with one of your colleagues. Sometimes I use students and I put them in as cameos, and they can't wait to see themselves on that video when I do that. All right. Now, number one thing when it comes to making a video is you need to be creative. Don't be afraid to fail, all right? Nobody expects you to be a Hollywood producer. You're not James Cameron. You're not making the Titanic or any of these other blockbuster films. You're making a lecture video, all right? But still be creative. You want to make your students enjoy watching it, because if they don't like to watch it, they're not going to watch it, all right? You got to put some value in them to watch it, all right? Now remember, you'll get better the more that you did this. I made 130 videos last year. When I made the ones in the fall to begin with, I thought they were awesome. Compared to what I make now, they're terrible, all right? You're going to get better, so don't be afraid to fail, all right? Let's make some videos, and good luck.
Like the legend of the phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning?